my auto spelling is just weird. It changes letak to leak, which is a topic we're going to talk about later.
That's why it knows.
Are we recording? Yeah, not yet.
We can start.
Oh, I guess we can start.
Definitely can start.
Yep. Okay, hold on. Let me just turn off this game so you don't have to hear me sucking at Monster Hunter. Go with the intro. Welcome everyone to another episode of the number one podcast accidentally put on by people on death row. Dia.log, Game of Maths podcast. This is your Puasa episode. The one episode that comes out at the start of Puasa. Episode number 57.
Wow.
So introduce the panel. Say hello, Meck.
10-4, Roger.
We have Danial the Danial.
Hello.
We have the master gamer himself, Anan.
What up?
And we have me, Wam. So let's start the show. How's everyone doing?
Besides Dread, okay lah.
Kan? We're literally living in Bloodborne. It's just like things can only get worse from here.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how quickly they do.
I'm on the limbo. I'm
You're
in
on
the
the
limbo
what?
right now. I'm in the limbo,
Yeah.
sort of like I want to go to work, but at the same time I don't want to go to work.
Yeah. I'm still practicing my social zoning. Nearly sonic boomed the homeless lady who came up to me asking for money. It's the worst feeling too, because like, you know, they ask for cash and stuff, and you're like, most stores don't accept cash right now, so I have no reason to be carrying any on me.
Oof.
And oof. Also, I have learned the true meaning of spring. For those of you interested, the last podcast I complained it was getting very warm. It suddenly got very cold 2 days ago, and it's still very, very cold. It's like 12 degrees right now.
Is it summer like in a week or two?
Now summer is like June.
Yeah, it's
Or
spring.
a week or three then?
It's spring.
But yeah, so that's how that is. I have been on Reddit a lot, to the point that I now hate Reddit. I'd like to propose to motion a new podcast beef. Today's podcast beef is with gaming-specific subreddits.
Which one? Is it
As in, like, subreddits for a specific game. Like, r/Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. Or r/Guilty Gear.
Oh, you haven't gone to r/XCOM then.
No, I have not.
Fallout 76.
Mm.
Banyak
So,
tau.
No, to be frank, I mean that in a positive way. The fan base is going on in a certain direction right now.
Oh, I'm sure
I want to
we
watch
are going to
this.
talk about the direction that they're going on. Bunch of perverts. But no, so the subreddits I mentioned, r/Demon X Machina also is very guilty of this. Every other day, there is a post, the exact same post, where someone makes, should I buy this game? Like, gee, I'm a person hanging out on r/Demon X Machina, which means I've probably spent money on this game. Of course I'm going to tell you to fucking buy this game. And the fact that no one thinks to Google the question, like, you know, to check the subreddit first, like, I must be the only person who's asking this question. It's just so fucking annoying. It's insufferable.
And
because
to that X number of people asking the same question, the answer is probably considering because it is 20% off on Steam.
yeah, exactly. And the other one is Guilty Gear is always, should I get Exit? I'm like, look, dude, if you just scroll the front page of r/Guilty Gear, it's literally everyone like jerking off Exit as one of the best fighting games ever. Yeah, you should get fucking Exit. Like Strive is probably gonna get delayed, so you may as well just get Exit now because Exit has a bigger roster anyways. Cross-tag sin is that they just like posting photos of random characters being like, oh, I hope this gets announced for cross-tag. I'm like, dude, I don't think we're getting any more announcements for cross-tag. Not for a while anyways. Maybe after EVO. But I'm pretty sure the roster is going to stay static until EVO. But yeah, man, I am going stir crazy now. The fact that I'm nitpicking subreddits.
Speaking of subreddits, I'm reading the XCOM subreddit, and boy, is it a trip!
Oh boy.
Count how many of them. Count on the front page only. Just count.
1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like a lot of the very cute snake lady.
Oh boy. Now that's another version of stir crazy, my guys. That's another one.
And I think that's the perfect like jumping off point to go there. So let's talk about the snake lady dating sim.
Putting it that way will just lead to disappointment, I have to say. But yeah, XCOM Chimera Squad is essentially.
So this game came out of nowhere, right? Like they were literally just like, "Hey, Chimera Squad," and then it's out now.
No,
Yeah,
1 week warning,
week.
like 1 week. Nah, it's come out next week. Okay, bye.
1 week is basically no warning.
For a AAA game, that's crazy to do.
Is it AAA? Does
Well,
XCOM qualify as AAA?
okay. Let me just say that it's under 2K publishing, so that's AAA. In terms of quality, we can talk about that. I would say it's getting into the Bethesda territory. But let's not jump from there. Let's jump from what the heck is XCOM Chimera Squad.
Yeah. So what the fuck is XCOM Chimera Squad?
Okay, so basically they said, hey guys, how about we try to do another XCOM, but let's experiment with stuff that may not go well with the current fan base, which is very, very adamant with some certain peculiarities of XCOM. So let's just make it a spin-off. Let's make it like 50% off for 1 week. And we're gonna release it 1 week after announcement. Boom, bam, bam, there.
It's like the P5 scramble of XCOM, right? Where it's like, here's the new stuff we want to try, and maybe if it works well, we'll do it in the main games.
The better analogy is that those FBI open up. That's literally the game. The way it's marketed. And the game itself is like, yeah, you are playing XCOM as FBI raid squads. You are taking down drug dealers. You are taking down crime syndicates in some strip bars and nightclubs sometimes. Maybe if it's a warehouse, for most reasons. But if you're lucky, you get to go to the strip club.
Yes, the 999 experience that I always wanted.
What was that song? Oh, there's that one Malay drama about the police.
Yeah, gerak
khas. The gerak khas experience.
Gerak khas, but 100% more diverse in the cast. Both racially and species wise. No, because literally, Chimera Squad is a literal diversity squad. In terms of each of these characters are pre-baked. You have that character and that character only. You don't customize like their names and what class they are.
Yeah.
They are very specific characters with stories with them. and they also have very specific move sets that you can play around with. And what else? And yeah, basically from the 11 guys and girls on the squad, yeah, that's the camera squad running out.
Oh shit!
They are going to another mission right now. So basically, I don't think there's a white person there. All of them are all of different races and have different accents. Your first, who else? Even the aliens also have different accents, but funnily enough, they don't sound like aliens.
Yeah, because apparently the voice actors weren't told that they were playing alien.
Yeah, and I think that's the best way to do so, because this is in this timeline. In XCOM 2, the XCOM guys won the war. They have now beaten the aliens, and now, well, the rest of the alien army are now, well, what do we do now? We are here, and there is no war, so let's just live together, I guess. So this is basically an integration of those, of aliens, of humans, and also the hybrids, which are, yeah, alien human hybrids. They are a thing too.
Mm-hmm.
So basically the premise is, okay, we have this city. This is the role model city, which houses all of these different races together. Supposedly they have to be like live in harmony. That's the ideal state. Unfortunately, that's not it. There's always been racial tensions. So there have been like small attacks here and there. So one pivotal moment is that, the mayor has been dead, but being attacked by some insurgent squad that we don't know. So at the same time, XCOM just arrived, and this is not the XCOM war people. This is like a new sub division. They are technically the reclamation agent division of XCOM. So this is like post-war stuff, and the Gerak Khas squad is essentially just a ragtag group of, you look good, get in. Talk, the snake lady. She joins in because she has nothing better to do rather than being trapped in a jail. So yeah, I would rather fight. Go out and fight, man. And a lot of the backstories are similar like that. You have Godmother, which is a literal mother figure of the squad, who used to run scouting divisions back in the war days, and now she's technically leading the Chimera Squad. Yeah, actually they have done the legwork of putting some write-ups for these characters, and they have banter.
So it's like Fire Emblem.
If only there was like a literal S-rank system or something like that, where you can actually romance any of the characters, then yes, literal Fire Emblem. But no, it's not Fire Emblem. Almost. It can go there. They just don't want to.
Cowards.
Same.
No, the whole tone of the game is that they are just okay, if we put Final Fantasy VII Remake, those were absolute mad lads. You want fan service, you got 130 pages of screenshot opportunities to get those fan services. In XCOM, they just say, okay, people are crazy about these snakes, huh? How about we put the character profile for the snake lady, the last one, in our rollout of promotion. No, not the last one. We put this official soundtrack first, and then we show the snake lady. That's how they roll. They know. They sort of putting a stick, using a stick to push the hornet's nest, but just slightly, and then run away.
No, you know what makes them cowards is the fact that they acted like they didn't know about the snake waifu. They were like, oh man, a lot of people like the snake lady, despite the fact that they got like Futaba's voice actress, who is now like the signal light. They got like, she's the signal light for waifu bait. She's a giant beacon of waifu bait.
The thing is, I think Erika Lingberg's voice for talk does not scream waifu bait, apparently, for me. She just sounds like rugged girl, and that's it. I mean,
That's
I
because she
guess
didn't know who she was playing. If they told her, look, you're playing a snake girl, we
that's
would
the
have gone
problem.
100 ultra instinct waifu.
Yeah, that would be that would totally happen. But that's why I prefer the mellow down version. If not, oh my god, these degenerates are getting gross, man. They are going too hard on this snake lady because I don't think the snake lady is any good. Look, for the squad itself, you start for when you run the full game first, you get 4 pre-picked characters, and you will recruit 4 others throughout the game. So you get 8 at the most out of 11 picks. My first playthrough, I picked Snake Lady, I picked Talk because she's there, and I thought, ha, they know their audience, ha. But actually, it's just randomly generated. So you got a random of 3 characters you can pick each time. So I pick her, and my god, she plays like the Viper in XCOM 2. Very fragile, like extremely. She needs to be on some. You need to play her as a flanker that can grab some guy.
She needs someone to Mamoru her.
No, she's doing the whole Mamoru thing. She hugs you to death. The only good thing about her is that, okay, if you, let's say you have another character who's almost dying, and the next turn is another enemy that can kill that character in one hit. Call Mama Snake, and she'll just snap you to her embrace out of harm's way. So basically, it's one ability that can be used offensively and defensively. That's it's powerful
she's got
move.
the pudge hook. She's got the pudge hook, doesn't she?
Yeah, but the hook is her very sultry tongue.
Oh man.
Okay,
They
now I
knew.
understand.
They fucking knew.
No,
They
that's from XCOM 2. That is from XCOM 2.
they knew then.
They already. If you're going to go to that direction, they have known this since like 2015. It's just that finally, how about we put a lot of the posters in the world now that aliens are living amongst us. How about we put the snake ladies as promotional stuff? So now you can see like pop up like those pop-up posters where the snake ladies are the models posing, and of course there's that strip club signage.
I like to think, right? The entire time they were working on XCOM 1 and XCOM 2, there was a monster fucker sub-faction within the studio. And they were like, hey, can we put this in? And they were like, no guys, come on. We have to preserve the tone of XCOM. The aliens have to be the bad guys. And then finally, after years and XCOM 1 and 2 being like praised for being really good games, they're like, how about if we make it a spin-off? They were like, okay, fine. Go crazy. And they were like, oh, we will.
Yeah, but thing is, all these talks about the fan service and stuff, it is overly promotional. If you go into Chimera Squad and expecting those, you will be greatly disappointed. So please go to r/XCOM for those needs if you need to. Those are the real supplementaries that you need, because Chimera Squad is, by the by, an XCOM game. So apparently, despite all those changes, okay, the changes is like pre-built characters, and instead of like one section of the turns just for your units and one turn for enemies, now it's interleave, which is a very weird saying of, hey, we are doing like Final Fantasy X style command time battle system. So now units can go back and forth during the whole timeline. And for the most part, I feel the changes in Chimera Squad is a side grid. It's not as interesting. I don't think that XCOM 3, if it will be coming soon, it will not be incorporating most of the changes. Maybe some, but still, it's is fun to play as an XCOM game. It's just that instead of you are waging war with an invisible enemy, and now we are okay. Let's take down some crackheads, who somehow found a way to mechanize, what they say.
Crack?
Anyway,
Robo-Cocaine.
Robo-Cocaine. Alright.
yeah, and like, how about the Psy army? Okay, sure. We have a cult leader there. All right. Okay, fine. So it's smaller tactics. You have like only 4 characters that you can use throughout the game, and that's maximum. Before it was like, okay, it's 4, but you can upgrade your squad size to 6 units. It's smaller scale. It has neat changes. I really like the breach mode, which is basically how you set up the hey, FBI open up scene. Because you don't have to do a lot of like legwork, because in previous games the whole setup is like, oh boy, you have to pre-plan, you have to move your units carefully, find the enemy, hopefully don't step too far away and trigger the combat first, and then you set out everywhere, and then no, none of that. You just select which character goes into which exit points, which entry points. Done. Boom. Open the door, bust the windows or something like that, and then there's a slow-mo button, and then you can see all the enemies. Okay, which one you can attack now? You still going in blind, because when you are setting up the breach, you don't know which enemies are inside the room. So you are still going in blind, but the fact that the setup is much more faster, and there are a lot of abilities and items that you can use to make your chances better. Like, of course, you can throw grenades inside after opening the door, as you expect. That is actually a nice change. But overall, this is a side grade, I have to say. Even though, but it's not like it's a smaller game. I feel like, content-wise and length-wise, it's just a bit smaller than XCOM 2, but it still feels like a full game. It's the matter that, we call it a spin-off just to set expectations down.
I feel it's sort of like pre-sequel then, because pre-sequel did try some new stuff for Borderlands as well. Like, we want to test all this stuff, but we don't want to make this the cursed sequel. You get what I mean?
That's fair. And given that that is also a 2K game, yeah, sure. But about that, the problem with XCOM is that, with Chimera Squad, is that this game is in 2020. It still has like bugs, glitches, and very much a lot of technical issues. From XCOM 2 and XCOM Enemy Unknown. This game is janky. Like, oh boy, I have people floating one tile up for some reason, because there are some jank, like the camera cutouts are angled a bit awkwardly. That's fine, but there are like real performance issues sometimes, which is, I don't think it can fly if it is a full game, like a full new sequel entry, so to speak. So, oh boy.
Yeah, that's oof. That's the thing, right? Like, this kind of genre of game has a higher jank allowance, but the moment you can't play the game properly, then that's a problem.
And that's where I can just squeak in some little bit, because I have played another strategy tactics game, apparently, because that's what April is all about. I dabbled with Gears Tactics. You know,
how was that?
You know about Gears Tactics? Microsoft puts a lot of polish on top of it. Like real polish. Like, the game runs fast, runs smoothly. I don't see any jank in the animations and camera cutouts, unlike XCOM. It looks okay. Beautiful.
Is it even a tactics game then?
I
feel like the jank is part of the genre.
No, man. Gears Tactics push the genre forward. Seriously, they are doing some crazy things. Like, the way the combat works is different. Yeah, even though you still have like you need to go to cover, you need to put on Overwatch, and there is still like an RNG on the shots you land. But the way it is structured is very different. That if you are playing like an XCOM game, you are going to suck, like I did. I'm still readjusting some stuff, but I like the way it doesn't really want to play in the XCOM feel. They are doing it their way, but it is still a strategy tactics game. All of the elements are there, but it feels different. It plays different. Like apparently the game has a loot system. You can pick up loot. Okay. Sabar. Hold on.
Sabar.
Don't get triggered yet. And the other thing is that the skill trees is like a literal web of a lot of perks and buffs that you can spread around. Like XCOM has that, but it's very limited. Like, okay, you pick one or the other, or you don't pick at all. This one has, okay, you want to spec your character like this, go ahead. There's a lot of stuff to play around. Like, but the thing is the problem with it right now is that it's a Gears game. Unfortunately, I have no investment with the franchise. I don't really like the gritty, humdum, drab landscape the game is all about. But I can respect that they have put like legit work on it. This is not just a cash in. There are some cool ideas that I can see other strategy tactics game going.
They didn't just buy the preset tactics game on Unity and then import all the Gears models in.
Unreal apparently. because both XCOM and Gears are running on Unreal, and guess what? Of course Gears runs better on Unreal. That was the showpiece franchise.
Oh, was it? I wasn't aware of that.
The Gears of War, the original one was the first one, I think, that brings Unreal 3.5.
Oh.
So it makes a lot of
they
sense.
They are the poster child.
Essentially.
Poster child of Unreal Engine.
Yeah, I will try to put some time in it. It's a bit hard. I don't think I'm gonna put out a review, but I'm liking it so far. Like, people who really want to say, it's too boring like XCOM, go check out Gears Tactics. It will be surprise. It will make you it will open your mind a bit. Also, it's on Steam, by the way. It's not just on Xbox or stuff like that. It's also on Xbox Game Pass, but it's also on Steam.
I was gonna say, like, is it on Epic, because you say it's running on Unreal?
I don't think Microsoft is playing is being buddies with Epic for now. For now, we don't know.
For now. But now, when they see the number, then we'll find out.
We shall see. But yeah, that's my bunker of strategy tactics so far. You can check out the review.
I don't know. Yeah. So make sure to check out that review.
For XCOM Chimera Squad, I liked it, but yeah, there are some stuff that you might want to read more about it.
Meck, I have one more strategy tactics game that you should totally play. Because it's got Warhammer 40k. The graphics are so real, it's like photorealistic.
Look.
And you can customize.
Look. I'm already planning an Elder build.
Okay, I look forward to it.
The moment that I discovered that Elder are so high up on their ass that they are one of the most most technically advanced civilization, that they are so advanced on the tech tree that they don't know what to do. So what they do, they're just being horny 24/7. So horny.
Oh, that's Dark Elder. That's
that they birth a whole demon, a whole chaos god, and now they are the small. They are like they lost a whole bunch of their population, and now they are trying to rebuild their past. And you're like, God damn it, you guys.
Yeah, that's specifically the Craft Worlds are the one trying to rebuild their race. The Dark Eldar are still having their demon spawning orgy. But yeah, good to know. More Eldar to deal with. Hold on, I closed our docket just now. That's
Never be horny
Yeah.
24/7, guys. Just a bit is okay.
Especially
Nah, man,
during
go
this
for
time. Especially
Nah,
during
man,
this time, man. Come on.
go for it. See how far you can go. Give yourself a rusty venture. I don't know where we're going from there. I got back into Monster Hunter. I caved.
Ooh.
I bought Generations Ultimate on Switch.
Is
So,
it what didn't you say? Remember you saying in the past few episodes that it's the worst edition. So why are you buying it again?
Because I need my crack. I need my.
You can't stop those people, man. They need their fix.
Okay, it also doesn't help that I've been watching a lot of Konosuba, so I was just like, I kind of want that RPG life, like, oh, I'm gonna go out on a quest now. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna I'll get Gen Ultimate. I was like 60% off as well, so that helped a lot. So first off, yeah, World is like the superior game, like vertical upgrade, superior game. Because the quality of life shit. Oh boy. Using throwing items in this game is a nightmare. Because you cannot aim those items. It just throws whichever direction your character is facing. And then in Monster Hunter World, you have the slingshot that you go into an aiming reticle to throw stuff. And then, like, it seems like the hitbox for some of the items are weird. Like, you have flash bombs, right, for knocking flying enemies out of the sky. It works like a dream in Monster Hunter World. Not so much in Generations Ultimate, where I have thrown it directly in front of several flying monsters and it never knocks them down. There's also automatic crafting in Monster Hunter World. Like, so to make a mega potion, you need a potion plus honey. You can it's set by default, but you can set it so that the moment you have a potion and honey in your inventory, it will automatically combine them for you.
Yeah.
That is not in Gen Ultimate.
Oh boy. Well.
It's a less gen thing then.
Oof.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, all the quality of life stuff they did for World is because Gen Ultimate actually came out in Japan way before World. It was only then it got localized to English after World came out, which is why a lot of people are confused. And then what was the other? Yeah, so in Monster Hunter World, you can access your big chest at camp, which is like where all your items are to restock. Gen Ultimate, now you don't get that shit. What you only have what you take with you into the quest. So dying is way more punishing in Gen Ultimate because now you lose your food buff and you don't get any of the potions that you spent back. So it's like, you get three attempts in a hunt. Die the first time. Okay, I've gone from 10 mega potions to like 5. Now I have less health as well. Like less maximum health. And then you die again and you're like, well, I have 2 potions now. It's oh boy. It's rough. That being said though, Gen Ultimate does the really cool thing where they have the styles. That's the one thing that World doesn't have that I kind of wish it did. So the same weapon can have different movesets depending on your style. There's like a aerial style replaces your dodge with a vault. So you jump, and if your jump connects with something, then you will jump off of that. It's for mounting. It makes mounting like really, really easy. And if you're playing single player like I am, it is the recommended style to equip. Because mounting monsters gives you way more control over their moveset. You have to put up with less bullshit if you can mount a monster. There's also like Bushido style, which is like perfect evade base, and also perfect guard if you're using a shield weapon. There's striker style, which is like it gives you more super moves, and valor style, which I don't quite understand what valor style does. But yeah, I think the idea of like subclasses essentially is really, really interesting for Monster Hunter. I kind of wish World would experiment with it. Also, some of those Hunter arts are fucking cool, man. The Gunlines has one where you fire your Gunlines to accelerate forwards, like in Ruby.
Of course.
And the
Another
Charge Blade...
recruit.
Yeah. The Charge Blade has one where the Charge Blade turns into a giant beam saber. It's stupid, but I love it. Also, another gripe is that in Monster Hunter World and in Gen Ultimate. No. Let's rephrase this. In World, any quest can be a multiplayer quest. So you can Sunbro in Monster Hunter World, where you can help people complete their story quests. You cannot do that in Gen Ultimate. In Gen Ultimate, there is a separate list of quests that can be done in multiplayer. So you have to be able to beat the game solo to actually unlock shit. So yeah, that's a lot of fun, huh? Monster
I still like
Hunter. It's the thing is, despite all these gripes, it's still a really good game. Like I'm still getting like my Monster Hunter crack fix.
That's reassuring, I guess.
Building like armor sets in that game is also laughably obtuse. So you've played Monster Hunter World, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know how the armor sets are like, okay, this armor gives evasion, and now you have 1 point in evasion, which gives you slightly more invulnerability on your roll.
Mm-hmm.
In Monster Hunter in Gen Ultimate, that's not how that works. Your arms give you one in Gen Ultimate. Your arms will give you 1 point in evasion, and once you get 10 points in evasion, then you get the evasion buff.
Okay.
So you have to build your armor sets so that they all get to 10 points.
Oh.
And some skills have multiple tiers that require more points. So like earplugs, which is really important if you don't have a shield, protects you from raw stuns. And depending on which monster's raw it is, you will need either 10 or 15 points of earplugs.
Ooh, that's a lot of min-maxing things to do.
Yeah, you have to
Ooh.
commit to shit. That's why in Monster Hunter World, speed eating is such a good skill to have, because it's so cheap. Like you just need to get 3 points of speed eating, and it's your god tier. Whereas here, you need 10 points of speed eating, and to do that, you have to commit your whole set to it, to having speed eating. Hey, but yeah, man. Despite all the gripes, Gen Ultimate is still good, but I will probably jump back to Iceborne the moment I get my PS4 back.
Yeah, good to know.
Hey. Yeah.
At least you are still doing relatively fine over there.
Relatively fine. Oh man, I have a social zoning story. So I ordered Dark Souls the board game the other day.
Uh-huh. And
And then I had to wait for my package to arrive, right? Because my building no longer accepts packages, so I have to be the one there. And so the whole thing was a lot of delivery people now, they do contactless delivery, where they just drop it on the ground like an RPG item and you have to pick it up. So the guy wasn't expecting me to be at the door. And so he's just like, he looks at me and then just puts it on the ground right in front of me and is like, okay, cool. I'm saying, not really living that MMO life, man.
Yeah, the
So, you know-
NPC is doing exactly what is being programmed to. Put it down the door.
Yeah, it's like he drops and then he hands me the thing to sign and I'm just like, okay, cool. But yeah, that's me living in isolation. I now have a big box of Dark Souls, the board game.
So are you going to play with yourself, or gonna pick some meats playing that?
Yeah, I need to figure out how to sucker my friends into playing Dark Souls, the board game now. Meanwhile, I'm just painting the miniatures. I posted some to Twitter the other day.
Oh,
Yeah. So I guess, Daniel, you did a racing, didn't you?
yeah, I did. You know, racing cars,
Vroom vroom.
fighting off like 20 of the Malaysia's best.
For a humble brag.
Humble brag.
Okay, so what are you flexing actually?
Our resident pro racer.
Let's start from the top. What exactly have you
let's start
got
with the top.
yourself
Alright,
into?
Okay, so for context, there is this competition, local competition run by our former F1 driver Alex Yong. It's called, I think, the E-Racing Southeast Asia. So they are racing for this edition. They are racing F4 cars. So I somehow got into qualifying the first round, and that was last week. That was, I think, last Sunday. So here I am, some idiot on a controller, while the other 90 people are using, wheels like a professional driver. And this is the first time I've been into an official, competition. Like there's even like a driver briefing. So like 20 of us are inside this Zoom call with Alex Young as the steward, going through the corners. Okay, you cannot cut the track. This. So very, very professional.
Ooh, boy.
So sorry.
No picking Simon or Richter. No.
Nope.
Yeah, main characters. What else?
Okay, so no Fox, blah blah blah. So we get to qualifying for the first race. There are two races. So the first race I qualified, not last, thankfully, because there are also some guys who were slower. And so the first race, the track that we're racing is at Zandvoort, which is a very small racetrack in Netherlands. Also, as expected, if you start last, you will avoid the thing where all sim racers hate, which is the turn 1 crash.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, what was that one racetrack you showed me where like the first turn literally all the cars knocked them?
Oh my god, it's Macau. This one is not that bad. So I started in 17 and got until 15 until the end of the race. So that's nice. So the second race of the day was a reverse grid. So somehow I'm in, I think, 6 or 7. So in the top field, in front of me are 2 GT3 drivers. It's very only the Douglas sama Lenora Chin.
Oh, she's
Yes.
there. Okay.
So she was starting I think behind me on 8, and Douglas Koo, this guy, was sitting at 3rd. So we started the race. Again, calamities behind happened while the top 5 just ran away. And somehow I intimidated Douglas Koo because he spun on one of the corners on lap 1. Oh shit.
Oh
And then
boy.
my phone is dropped. Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
And then the car just spun out. He spun off, so I'm somehow in the podium position. And I got mentioned by the commentators as well, macam in Malay also. Nampaknya Danial Ashraf sedang meraih kedudukan ketiga, which is wow. Which is for me, it's like wow. This is an official race then.
Okay. Do you happen to ride in a green Samsung car?
Yep, just
Okay.
me.
Yep, found it. Found it. Okay. Oh boy,
Yeah, but
that's a stack grid, man.
yeah, that's fine. Well, it's a good thing I'm not racing with the top. Like this is the M category, so
Oof, what a flex on your opponents. This at least wasn't anyone good.
no, but they are really fast. Like the Singapore guys are really fast. So I finished like around fifth, so which is not that bad. Still impressive that I managed to block off 2 GT3 drivers with using only controller.
Mhm.
And best part is since we have this this chat group, like, so we were like, oh, great race everyone, so we watched the pro edition and everyone keeps crashing into each other for some reason. I'm not saying that the pro drivers are bad, but how come we can have a clean race in the American while the pros are just bumping each other?
I imagine like if you are a actual driver, like when you do a virtual race, the urge to Panterino is just so high. Like because you don't have to worry about accidentally making some family like lose their dad.
Or make them bankrupt over just a tiny crash.
Yeah, exactly. So you
While
just be like, no man, I wanna fucking flip this dude.
I mean, it's fun. Like, it is an eye-opening experience because I have this professional of competition since I think last year. No, 2 years ago when back in the Toyota punya esports team. And it was very nice, quite refreshing.
But yeah, did you get an autograph from Alex Young?
Tak dapat lah. I just got a Zoom screenshot. Does that count?
Yeah, close enough. That's as close as we get in quarantine. You have different cars you can select, right?
No, it is a spec series, which is just everyone's in the same car, just different liveries.
Because you could pick a different car, then you'd be an Alt F4.
Alt F4?
Okay, that's not the podcast. Okay, sure. Okay, we can see that.
What?
There's another racing podcast with the same sort of fun name going on, but it's not that. It's not that. So we can see.
Did anyone in your race say the N-word?
No.
Probably
a lot of the M word then. Oh, mangkuk lah, being thrown.
The other word.
The other word.
It's offensive to dinnerware. That's our hard K.
The hard M. The hard MK.
No, it ends with. Is it an OK or a UK? There's a difference.
Depends. I think the Singapore guys said it. Guys go with the U, while the Malaysian guys go for the O.
Regional differences in your swear
The regional
words.
difference.
Well, sort of swear words, but it's still swearing. But you know, how about a light jab of swearing?
Smack talk.
The smack talk. Mangkuk lah. You cannot take this corner, is it? That's one of the chats I heard.
You ingat ni zaman you ke?
See, even in virtual reality, the causeway is a battlefield.
That's the thing, right? The Malaysian racial ability is like you have the intimidation buff.
Oh my god.
You cast the debuff. Everyone has to do a nerve test when they're around you.
But it's only casted you on Overwatch. You don't cast it everywhere. It's only a reaction shot. If you are getting attacked, then it
so-
triggers.
When you're trying to overtake them and when they try to block you, they have to do a nerve test before they can attempt to block. We're inventing a great game here, by the way. Like, any dev wants to make these games that we suggest, go ahead. Just, credit us
Isn't there
more,
a
right?
racing game with the intimidation penyebar? Apa game tu? I don't remember.
That's
Racing
supposed to
game
be
with skill check.
R Racing Evolution.
Ah, yes, my favorite game.
That game. That's Ridge Racer spin-off that is very weird to see in 2020 because, oh boy, that's not how you gonna portray woman today. No. God damn that game.
Ah, yes.
No.
So, you're telling me it's a very tasteful depiction of women in video games.
No.
In one way, it's very progressive for showing actually women in cars in racing games, but unfortunately, it's a different. It walks a different line. That does not go. Does not fly today.
Yeah. On the bright side, the two protagonists are the champions of, or what, girls in like top two always. On the other hand, their outfits are as skinnier as, I don't know,
They
Dante
should have
doing
made that as a
DMC3.
waifu game, but they didn't. Now that's cowardice.
Oh wait, is this the one that we talked about streaming together? The dating sim /
Yeah,
racing
that's the
game?
one.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, I know what we're talking about now.
Oh, you have not seen the ads in gaming magazines about that game. Oof. They really played it up.
Real talk though, when we getting a Dare Alive racing spin-off?
When
Like,
who's the owner of sekarang?
Team
I think
Ninja.
it's
Koei
Koei
Tecmo finally.
Koei Tecmo. They should make bumper
When
car
Koei
that are
Tecmo
like
finally found the driving handling model for Unreal 4.
I mean,
bumper car
I
dah.
totally played Dare Alive racing. Make it like Initial D. Oh my god, yes, you should make it like Initial D because then as you go faster down the hill, the girls all go kia more because they're scared.
Isn't that Outrun? Isn't that basically Outrun 2?
Yeah. Listen, no one plays Dead or Alive for originality. We play it for the quality of the perversion. That's quality degeneracy. Dead or Alive 6, that's their motto. Quality degeneracy. The fact that it's an okay fighting game is just a bonus. Real thing you're paying for is the degeneracy. Speaking of degeneracy, I watched Konosuba. I finally got around to it.
The degenerate punya anime.
That is such a good anime. Like, holy shit. Like, I finally understand why I don't like isekai anime.
Yeah, Konosuba just pissed on all the tropes of isekai.
Yeah. I mean, because that's the thing, right? Like, the problem with isekai is that it takes things too seriously. Like, it's supposed to be a power fantasy of like, oh man, I'm a loser in this world, but what if in my game world I'm okay? Whereas Konosuba is just like, nah man, guy's still an asshole.
Nah, you're still a loser here as well.
Still a loser here. Here, be surrounded by girls who you're not attracted to. God, it is. And it's really well animated too. Like there is some goddamn Sakuga in that anime. but the problem is because it's not like the super slow motion detailed animation, that's why no one ever brings Konosuba up for like how well animated it is. I have
What do
to
you think?
call out what?
What we call it? No,
No. I have to call out the animator for the opening sequences though, for both season 1 and season 2, as a huge like mark for Darkness, the Crusader. Because she is very heavily featured in both of the openings. I'm just like, okay. Like, you gotta rep your best, girl. What were you saying just now?
No, I would say like there's a reason why people call or like what Konosuba the what's it called the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia version of anime.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause all the characters are shit. Things I don't know if it really is Always Sunny tier because like Kazuma deep down is still a nice person.
Kazu trash. Kazuma.
Also, I had this great discussion with my brother because he's been trying to get me to watch Konosuba for like a year, I think. And I was just like, yeah, I finally started Konosuba. And he's like, oh, thank God. And I was like, so he goes, oh, have you reached the part with Wiz yet? And I said, Wiz, you mean best girl?
Oh.
Of course.
Hell yeah, man. Lich One-san of course that was gonna be best girl. And the fucking demon dude from the second season, I love him so much.
Is it Vanya?
Yeah, him.
Oh, Vanya.
He's a masked capitalist. just you know what? I'm gonna make a kotatsu. I'm gonna sell it. Gonna sell random Japanese shit because it's not been invented here yet. So yeah, Konosuba was really good. I haven't watched the movie yet, but
I already watched it.
because I've been busy with work and stuff. But I finished season 1 and season 2 in like a week. And then I watched that super fan servicey OVA, the one with the choker.
Mhm.
So, I don't know how far we can degrade this podcast by talking about that OVA, but it was really good. My favorite comment on the OVA, though, as encapsulates everything I love about YouTube and anime culture, is someone goes, "Oh, this OVA clearly takes place after volume 7 of the light novel, because in the OVA, Kazuma has already invented yakisoba." Just out of context, is the best line ever to read. So yeah, that's my brief anime mention. Is if you haven't watched Konosuba and you wanted the opinion of someone who hates isekais, go give it a watch. It's really good. Also, just side shout out to the Bakarina anime, which is also killing it right now. Anan, you read Bakarina, right?
I've read the novels and like how many volumes already.
Yeah, because
yeah.
I read the manga as well. The anime is really good.
But it's called Bakarina, but in Japan the anime is called Hamefura. Hamesugafra.
Yeah. The official
there's two
shorthand
short name.
is the official shorthand that they're using is Hamefura. Is Bakarina just how you can tell if someone has been reading the manga or not? It's like, what do you call it? It's like, oh, Hamefura. It's like, oh, cool. I'm glad you just started the anime. You're gonna really love the plot. And when they're like, oh, I'm watching Bakarina. I'm like, so you read the manga then? They're like, yeah. Daniel, let me try and sell you on this anime, right?
Mhm.
Girl gets reincarnated as the villain of a VN of an
Ooh.
otome game.
This is like the Konosuba of otome game genre
Ooh.
anime.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it that much. Like, because she is not a terrible person. That's the whole thing. She doesn't want to get the bad end.
Yeah.
So she remembers the plot of the VN. So she tries to change the events of her life so that it doesn't get there. And in the process, she ends up becoming a harem black hole. Where every single character falls in love with her. And she's completely oblivious to it. So yeah, it's really good. The animation is not as good as Konosuba, but you know it's still pretty fucking good. That's anime corner. I really want to play Sakura Wars. The more I hear about that game, the more I want to play it. Did you hear how much cash money went into that game?
How much cash money?
Well, they got a bunch of guest designers to design some of the characters, and it's like they min-max the shit out of the character designers they got in. There's a hot teacher character, and they got like the persona artist to design her.
Sega
Then-
using all the good assets.
They got a cute mascot character. The lead designer of Pokemon designed the cute mascot character. They literally just went out and were just like, you're the best at this thing, design this thing. I'm half surprised that they didn't get the Armored Core guy to do the mechs. But yeah, man, Sakura Wars. It's apparently out now, right? It should be out now.
Out now.
Yep.
Also in
Episode
Asia.
4.
Thank God.
Yeah. Sadly, this one's not a tactics game, so we can't add that to Meck's tactics pile.
Technically, it can be. I'm
It
not
can be
objecting.
played as a. It can be played as a tactics game, is it? Because all the gameplay I've seen so far has been hack and slash.
I assume so. Like, I'm not
Because I know
playing
the
this.
old. I know the old game was the old games are tactics games, but I'm pretty sure this one they would decided to go full hack and slash on it. I don't care. I just want to date the Russian girl. Like every pale-haired character in Sakura Wars is hot. This is an objective fact, except the lolly. We don't talk about the lolly. I keep
Never.
forgetting she's a. I think
She's
she's
a
not in the
lolly
game though.
queen.
She's only. I think she's only in the anime. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, that has been the expanding anime vortex. Take the topic away from me before. Anan, what have you been doing? Is
Seeing
there
that.
an owl with you right now? Is there an owl with you?
Well,
With a baseball bat ready.
fortunately, I'm away from that owl.
Now you learn how to say help in Japanese.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man, you've
Yeah.
been learning Japanese in quarantine?
Yeah, I mean, I've been learning Japanese for the past 3-4 months, but because of the quarantine, okay, I'm like, I better just turn up the intensity of my study. So, like, past 2 weeks, I've been using my own methods, of course, all the apps, all the resources. I've been sort of having short bursts of studying every hour.
That's cool. When you
With the
say
exception of sleeping time.
using my own methods, I imagine you like with this stack of Naruto DVDs. But yeah, man, it's good to learn new things in quarantine. This is the wholesome side of the podcast.
Yeah. It's been it's quite challenging lah. The writing system, especially the kanji. I'm focusing on the kanji right now because let's say one character, you can have like from 1 up to like 20 different readings. up to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say, for example, I think the one character, okay, the Shita character or below, meaning below. I think it has at least 15 different readings, different way to read. And what the
Yeah,
hell?
that's why like the Japanese love puns so much because of that. Because
Yeah.
of all those different readings. I do have to say though, Japanese is an interesting thing to read like in a hurry because you can tell what the context of something is by what kanji are being used. So
Even though
it's an
if you listen this, what if you just listen and like, what does it mean? Because like one read, let's say show, it can have like 200 different characters. Can mean show, but when you read, then you can understand.
yeah, because it's no secret that I started learning Japanese just to read more manga.
Exactly.
Just to not be bound by the
Scanlation.
need by the need for scanlations. So like the ability to like infer context based on what kanji are present is a really useful skill to have. So
My current
hmm?
objective is for comprehension in reading and listening. I don't see myself speaking anytime soon, so I'm focusing on the reading and listening side.
Okay, GM trip to Japan, Jom. We'll have Hafiz foot the bill.
Thank you, game show.
You're not doing the Jinx again. How do you know how you're going to do the what's called the Nihongo Jozuru meme now?
Oh yeah, that's that's Nihongo Jutsu desu ne. Oh no. That's the in joke among Japanese learner. If the Japanese say, "Oh, you're so Jozu, you're so skillful," means you're shit.
Yeah.
If they really compliment your Japanese, they'll say, "How long have you been learning?" Or "How long have you been living in Japan? Did you go to Japan?" That's what they ask.
God, when I did go to Japan, like I made like a promise that I don't want to go back to Japan until I can actually like fluently speak or understand it, because it's being a tourist is so embarrassing. When you're
How
at the
bad?
cafe, and you have to like talk to the like you speak in English, and then they have to like run to the back and get the one person who speaks English, sort of. Like this is if you're not in a tourist area, I should explain. If you're not in a super touristy area, then you will run into this problem
Exactly.
of like
they bring out the dishwasher.
the
Sanata-san, we have
one
a problem.
person.
Is that
Ego.
Sanata, we have a problem? It's a English guy. Go speak. You know English, right?
And then like I just like no, I don't. I just know like what this is. It's so embarrassing. I was at a cafe with my family, and the entire time I'm just like, good God, next time I'm learning Japanese.
I mean, yeah, on a bit of positive side, a lot of Japanese use English word for their nouns of the loan word. So
Yeah,
you don't have to remember everything. Like you can go, coffee or store. You can use a lot of English nouns as compared to using the native words.
I mean, it's the same thing with Malay. We start like
sort of, yeah. Okay,
like
it's called code switching. Like you mix English, Malay English. Okay, I have a bit of a rant actually regarding this code switching in Malay English. I'm okay
let's go for it.
I'm okay if you want to mix English Malay. As if you
I sense a butt coming.
How do I say this? If the word is hard to find in Malay, especially domain specific, let's say engineering or in IT, then you can use the nouns, the nouns and the verbs in English. But for like daily conversation, I feel really triggered when people unnecessarily use English words, especially words if, kalau. Let's say okay, untuk buat ni, if korang nak, I'm like, what the hell, man?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
understand.
That triggers me
sends-
so much.
It sends a different message. I get you. Yeah, it totally.
And I'm like,
Mm.
dude,
Yo.
you know,
Well,
you can just use kalau. Kalau.
It's like,
Jikalau.
if it's like really code switching, like a key point of code switching is that it's usually involuntary.
Yeah. Especially like terms and nouns that hard to find the native language, then I'm okay with it. Like that kind of code switching is fine. But if you use the common stop words, kalau, ya, tidak, or whatever, like the neutral words, something that I don't know the linguistic meaning. But there's a limit to mixing around language, at least for me lah.
Okay, but I on that side, I'm more tolerable if I know that that said person has a history of talking like that for quite a long time. Like there are some people who just could switch like that, which makes sense, I guess. So I can go with that. But some people who use it like to send a message or to show something.
Being serious.
Then I feel something. Oh boy, especially if I don't know the person personally before. Ooh, that's rubbing me the wrong way.
It feels condescending.
In some
Exactly.
form,
Yeah.
But over time, I don't think it will be an issue for me. But yeah, it doesn't. If that's the first thing I see of some person, then oh, this is gonna be a long walk then, eh?
There's gonna be a big like dialogue box battle.
The X rank level is like, oh, you need more points to invest on this one. You start with negative already.
Yeah, you're only getting 2 of the music notes when you should be getting 3.
Mm-hmm. By the way, during the talk time that you guys are having, am now considering getting Sakura Wars already.
Yeah.
I've seen the gameplay. Yeah, it's not strategy tactics, yeah, but yes, Max. You can go wrong.
It does have mechs.
You can't go wrong with Max.
It's even better because the old mechs looked like steam tanks because they were.
Yeah,
The new ones look like Zaku's. They have the fucking Zaku eye.
Yeah, it's not
It's-
the my preferred style of mechs, but I still loving the designs.
You see, I think it's really clever that their mechs don't look that cool because, you know, they're kind of like, they're big heads with tiny arms and legs. Because if the mechs get too cool, you'll forget about the anime girls.
Yeah, I know where their angle is, and also it makes sense for the time setting. This is like steampunk Japan, right? They are
it's
just
steam-
starting to get the mechs ongoing, so it makes sense to go for this route.
It is like super steampunk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have one big thing to talk about, which is the thing that happened to all of us this week. Are we going to talk about Last of Us?
Oh,
Can we talk about it? That's my question right now.
okay.
Can we
So,
talk about it without
okay,
without
so-
repercussions?
okay, so how do we want to go about this? Do we want to go hard on it, or do we want to talk about the situation?
Let's talk about the situation. I think the situation is more interesting than the actual. Like, because Last of Us is Last of Us, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
I would rather go that route for now. Let's just talk about the situation. Mhm.
So, someone leaked like last details about The Last of Us, The Last of Us 2, and this isn't just a green text leak because they brought the tapes.
Like actual actual Naughty Dog will sue you tips.
Holy shit, we brought it up and Naughty Dog outside my door.
Oh no,
They got
XCOM
pub
open
with
up.
them.
The
The
career
Naughty Dog
starts about to
police.
knock you down.
The Naughty Dog police is bringing the snake girl. Oh boy.
Oh,
But so
God.
yeah. So yeah, that's oof. That's
That's
a
a yes for me.
thing. My main problem is I can't actually gauge how bad this plot is because I've always not liked The Last of Us. Like I've always considered it overly gratuitous misery porn, so I don't know. But based on everyone else's reactions, like, oof, that's a big yikes.
Big yikes. The big yikes moment there.
Mm-hmm.
To the point that
Like-
it was before this, it was delayed indefinitely. Now suddenly it has a release date again.
Yeah, that's the best bit. They were just like,
I
game's
mean,
out.
probably we are not making that connection, but there is something up there. We're not saying it, but maybe.
And then Ghost of Tsushima got dragged into this as well.
That's the problem.
Like a game that we're legitimately waiting, and then they're like, no, 1 more month.
That rubbed me the wrong way. That really rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, it was. We do hear the murmurs surrounding Ghost of Tsushima getting the delay. I mean, it's fair, but in these circumstances, it feels like, oh, we're getting robbed.
So, yeah. Oof. Last of Us is just like the weirdest thing is the double down, right? Like they were like, okay, you guys know the plot and don't like it, so here it is.
Yeah, I've seen the stuff. I won't say like generally, but it's bad. It's like if there is a chance that I'm going to review this I am going to go all out on the story. I'm just going to say the story is just bad. That's how bad it is. Hope you like misery because it's double servings this time.
But this is a real game. This isn't a baby anime. Real, it's serious. It has to be. I want you to go to the Gamer Matters archive. I wrote an article like years ago about this, about exactly this, about how The Last of Us is just a giant downer that jerks itself off over being was just super serious as an excuse to be pointlessly violent.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that I think it was Paris Game Week? They showed that trailer, and it was the weirdest thing.
Oh, I don't like
Oh
that
yeah.
trailer. I
Yeah, I
don't
don't like that trailer as well.
It's more that, like, I know, like, I think it's common knowledge that The Last of Us really goes into the violence aspect, but I always thought of it as like a simple reason to justify a gameplay, to have gameplay in that game and have it tie a bit into the story for me. But now the whole series is all about that, and that's where I checked out.
It's like The Walking Dead. It's The Walking Dead. I have never heard anything good about the plot of Walking Dead. It's literally just, guess who died this week?
It's getting there,
Yeah.
The fact is
The
that
black guy dies first.
no. Remember the time and place where The Last of Us was released. This is what, like, The Walking Dead is at its height. 2012 was Telltale's game. 2013 was The Last of Us. But what I find like refreshing is that The Last of Us approaches the zombie apocalypse in a different angle, but just a bit different angle because it humanizes some characters. Let's just say that.
Mhm.
And it doesn't lean toward having
Torture porn.
Yeah, not torture porn, but the gameplay is definitely has a lot of violent undertone, understandably, because video games. So that's why I discard that. But now,
Full
really,
blown violence.
Look,
Because that's
it's
the
not,
thing, right? Like
it's not
we
even fun
as
violence. It's not even
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not,
exactly.
even fun. It's
fun
not Doom
violence.
Eternal violence.
It's not
It's
even
just
Doom
boring violence.
that's what I was getting at. Like
Uh.
we're not suddenly like clutching our pearls here because it is on the record that this podcast loves Doom Eternal.
Yeah,
Yes.
like violent games can be there if people do love those gratuitous stuff. I have no objections, just as those people who likes snake ladies. We have made that clear. I have no problems, but there is a line. It always has a line.
It's again like it's not so much that I object to the it's just that like I just don't think it's very good. Like I'm not saying like we should not have violent video games.
Oh yeah, made this game. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like we're not saying that you should not be allowed to have a violence in your video games. It's literally just like, why are you doing this? Is it purely because that's you just need to have the reaction? Then I think your writers suck.
They just want the shock value.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's shock
exactly.
value nowadays. Like, I think I remember like one of the E3 demos, kind of like, oh, a girl's getting about to be beaten up and she's about to be hanged. Oh, you have to save
Yeah,
her.
that's the trailer. That's the trailer I was talking about.
Oh, that's the trailer. Yeah,
That was the
Not that,
last
right?
trailer for that award show, and I was just like, that is such a weird note to end on.
damn.
Like there was nothing to be a chaser for that.
I'd rather have the Akira Kurosawa simulator than a suffering Kai.
Oh, an Akira Kurosawa simulator. That'd be interesting.
I don't know what else to add because I believe we have made this clear that in this house we are not standing The Last of Us.
Yeah, honestly though, like I've always found Last of Us a bit pretentious.
It is pretentious.
Okay,
The first hour itself is already pretentious.
okay, this is why I lose you guys. I don't mind the first game, but I don't think nothing can topple the first game. That they have reached the peak.
Yeah. The
They
first
can't do it
game
again.
was like from what I've read, they have just retread the story. Like everything that basically the protagonist done, like what Joel's done, just kick it to the side, burn it on fire.
Yeah.
Shut up the idea. They have run out of ideas.
Again, they should have not made a sequel. This is not the series to the IP to keep on going with. Sony has 2 zombie games, and both of them not all of the people like it. Not all people are enjoying it. Do you remember Days Gone?
Yeah.
I mean, I like it, but not the same reasons because of The Last of Us.
Yeah, you like it because you got a check for it, right?
No, I like it because of the. God damn it! You say that when after that review came out, we totally got ghosted.
So you weren't supposed to like the game?
Look, I got cash money to say that this game does not suck. And what happened? We don't get any more. Come on, move. I don't know where to go with this bit.
I love that. They're just like, okay, no, you like that way too much. We can't trust your tastes. But yeah, I guess that's the main thing about the thing. I don't want to get into the rumors about the leaker because they are largely unsubstantiated. And I feel that would be irresponsible of this podcast. But the one thing we do know is that it is a pissed off person And the other thing that we do know is that there are a lot of reasons to be pissed off at Naughty Dog.
Speaking of that, now it all makes sense that Microsoft opens a new studio right at the doorstep of Naughty Dog. They have their new AAA studio. They're the one that for some reason says that they are going to make a quadruple A game without remorse. God damn it, you guys are stupid for saying that, but still. They open doors on...
Isn't their former director is there? Like, Catherine something, kan?
A lot of Naughty Dog people are migrating there.
Nah.
I like to imagine it's not actually a studio. It's just a van with the back open. So it's just like when you want to quit Naughty Dog, you just get in the van.
We'll drive you to our offices at join in.
You look great. Get in.
Free game dev job.
You look okay.
It's like, hey, you tired of Naughty Dog yet? Cool. Nah, get on.
It's literally a white van. It's like a shady person from inside. Hey, wanna work? Naughty Dog.
White van with an Xbox logo in front of
you
the
wanna quit Naughty Dog?
door.
Yeah, it's a 360 van. That's the thing.
It's a 360 that Xbox 360 van. Yeah, just tunggu je. Every day at 9 a.m. sharp, pasti ada fucking there. Just like those pascolas.
Then when it runs out of petrol, it red rings. So, guess we're moving to the news?
Alright.
Yeah, it's the news. So the most important news, hot off the presses. We just got this news like yesterday, I think. New Assassin's Creed.
Oh, you're not joking.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bit.
I mean, yeah, I should have used that bit to talk about Maho Arms, shouldn't I? But it's okay. We'll talk about Assassin's Creed. I didn't watch the trailer, so you guys need to... I forgot Assassin's Creed existed, honestly.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say the TLDR. We are now Vikings.
Yay!
I think we already have this like prediction discussion before.
Yeah, I did. Like last 5 episodes back in January, like we were saying there will be a new Assassin's Creed. So it's either Vikings or our pick, which is the Malay Empire, but
not yet. The dream's on.
I mean, but you fight the British in this one.
Yeah, almost there. Sikit
Like
lagi.
the English king.
So you know, like how you fight the Templars in AC 1, 2, and 3. Just AC 1 and 2. You fight the same like the actual Knights Templar, right? So same thing.
Yep.
First is the Vikings, then the Ketuanan Melayu.
Yeah, makes sense.
Makes sense.
Lo Cafe Templar.
Oh shit!
Cover them all. That's good. Very good.
We must eradicate the Kafir Templar. Oh my god!
I can't wait for this podcast to blow up in all the wrong crowds.
Oh.
Cover
So
them.
apparently JWW Birch is a Templar agent.
Oh, that would be a good side quest.
Oh, Shikito is an assassin agent. No, Shikito is the guy that betrayed us. He's the Templar agent.
Templar, right?
Templar double
He's
agent.
the Templar, right?
Grandmaster Assassin Tok Janggut.
Oh yeah, Tok Janggut is a grandmaster. He's literally a mu'alim.
And the Sultan of Perak during the JWW Birch is the Mu'alim of the Perak chapter. Pasir Salat chapter.
Oh, Assassins of Pasir Salat would be so good. I think this tells you how much we actually care about Assassin's Creed.
Again, until they reach the Holy Land of Malaya. And Sabah and Sarawak. we will have this stance. Anyway, so details about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, since we didn't name drop it yet. Again,
obviously
Vikings.
it was going to be called Valhalla.
I thought it was
Valhalla.
Ragnarok, but Valhalla makes more sense. Vikings raiding Dark Age England. You play as Eivor, which can be a man or a woman.
Oh,
Yes, they only show the bodily man, but yes, you can still play as a woman. They cannot back down on that. The combat system has been changed a bit. They said that some RPG elements are there. No leveling system, but a power
thank
gear
God.
system. What else? Improved combat
You
system.
have to get your light level up.
Settlement. Yeah. They're literally just going there. Light level, don't care about normal EXP. Just light level. Gear up, baby. Settlement. You can create settlement and you can have a tattoo parlor on there. So that's the things that we know so far. And next week they are going to show proper gameplay running on Xbox Series X.
Oh yeah, the first next gen. This is the first next gen game lah.
For Ubisoft.
For Ubisoft, yes. For what's the first next gen game yang keluar yang already announced? Is it WRC 5? Okay, WRC 9 salah.
Third party, WRC 9 also count there. But now
WRC
Xbox
9.
has announced Halo Infinite.
Halo Infinite.
That's the first one. That
PS5 was
PS5
that weird game.
Godfall.
Godfall, yeah. That weird as Borderlands. Okay, Borderlands punya game. Yeah, Borderlands creator punya game.
Publishing. They are just publishing it.
Publishing.
But still, it is an action slasher, looter slasher. Never mind about that. That's Assassin's Creed.
That's Assassin's Creed lah, mau cakap. Tapi look at the design.
The only reason we still use the name Assassin's Creed is because it has the rep.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Like
its origins.
Origins could have been another series, and I don't care. And I mean, it will still be a good series. I mean, some people.
I think in 10 years we're gonna get a first-person Assassin's Creed or a turn-based Assassin's Creed.
In an alternate timeline, Assassin's Creed would be a Hitman competitor. That would be my dream. But we are now getting an action RPG, so fine. Some people like it. Enough people like it.
You know, Assassin Soul-like is coming. Souls-like is coming.
Soon.
How
many studios are working on this again?
15
kan?
around the world, including Ubisoft Singapore and Ubisoft Philippines. Again, Malaya is there.
Please, we will play it. Do you think that the podcast was the most usage of the word Ketuanan Melayu?
I think so.
Until a very specific podcast that covers that certain angle appears, then yeah, we are in the lead. Hopefully for longer. I don't want people covering that. Anyway.
It's one.
Okay.
Yeah, no. My point was, we will cover that game to hell and back if you make Assassin's Creed Malaya. Come on. Assassin's Creed Pusaka.
If they do, what would be the name? Yeah.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Pusaka. I feel that's pretentious enough a name. We all going through the news. Okay, we already covered The Last of Us. Star Citizen gets jail. Nice.
Okay.
Before we start there, siapa sign up to the Star Citizen punya email list?
Hey,
was it you, Meck?
Hey, the PR contact come to us. We just say hello.
What?
They come to us, baby.
They need the press, please. We need
Some
Depressed.
hey
Tell them they have a backer here too. I've been waiting for this game.
See, we got the right people. So yeah, Star Citizen Alpha 3.9 added a feature where you literally go to jail. If you get caught by a bounty hunter for doing crime so much, you will go to jail, and not just a busted screen and then zoom. Okay, you will let go. No, you have to do your time in jail. You have to do labor work, or if you don't want to do that, find a way to get out of jail. Prison break.
Good luck! Good luck, fight! This is not Warzone.
I'm glad that the space capitalist game has a prison industrial complex.
Oh yeah.
God damn.
Chris Roberts, please release the game. I mean, okay. I have a bit of a complaint. Based from what I've read, what the rumors, everything, they should have completed the game. Actually, they should have at least have several gameplay loops. Let's say exploring, trading, whatever. They could have just released like an early state instead of the way we have it now, the alpha now.
Yeah, it's
Alpha
weird.
something, I don't know. You
Yeah,
know why?
it seems like they're still in proof of concept phase.
Yeah. Do you know the reason?
Why?
Because Chris Roberts is a micromanager piece of shit.
Ooh, fucking call out.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, he
from what
did
I've
pay
seen,
for the product, so
Yeah.
he's right.
because from the way I see it, he already like have his name in several games before, like freelancer, whatever. For this time, he wants it to be the eye candy of the A-lister everything space game. So he focused too much on the small details. Because, there's articles before this saying that an engineer, someone or department spent like 8 months perfecting the way ship entering the atmosphere and the air movement. 8 months only on that. And I'm like, holy
God
shit,
damn.
you guys are focusing on the wrong thing. So okay, you with your budget you can achieve 80% of your objective in terms of the gameplay loop, in terms of the visual. But you already burned 80% of your cash on the last 20% of the unneeded. So that's why they're still in the alpha. They're wasting money, they're wasting time.
This reminds me of the Red Dead debacle with the horse testicles.
That's why.
I'm just like, okay, did you need this? No? Okay.
It's like, okay, you guys have shape, okay, new shape and whatever. But yeah, just make it that way, okay? Like that amount of detail. That's all. Okay, you can improve later. Make the game finish.
Learn from Warframe. You can be shit at first if your game is good.
It doesn't have to be like, oh, the best in the world. No, it can be just good and then improve later. Do it like Elite Dangerous. Okay, my conjecture is that Elite Dangerous will have space legs before Citizen launch. You can walk in Elite Dangerous before you can walk. All the universe is Star Citizen.
That's very likely.
So it's a good thing
So-
we have two contacts for both games. Anyway, move on.
Wow.
Moment of silence for our friends at Battlefield and Battlefront. They have joined the list of many people who have died this year. Not the people, the games.
Oh boy.
So I didn't even know Battlefield 5 was out. Look, soldier shooting man is a boring genre. I said it. And
Yeah.
yeah, I guess. Apparently, the support for Battlefront 2 was really good, though.
It
So I'm
was like
surprised.
5
I'm
updates.
Yeah. So did they release a Rise of Skywalker update and now everyone hates it?
They did. I think like the last DLC for Battlefront was what should I call it? The one that's related with the Cold War series, which is ending as well. So read Battlefront as well.
Mm-hmm. I just hate that you can be BB-8 in that game. Remember when they said that they were afraid of breaking canon? Here's BB-8, guys. His abilities are by me, and but yeah, I guess that means we can expect Battlefront 3 to be announced soon. Because you know they're not done milking Star Wars. You know.
Unless their Star Wars deal ends.
Do we still have Star Wars fans now? With the way they
Star Wars fans are
every
more
game.
powerful than ever. Like, hating Star Wars has been the norm since Star Wars, since like the prequels, man. That's if we survived Episode 2, we're gonna survive way more than that. It's just I don't know, like where could Star Wars go from here? Because apparently Jedi Fallen Order was like, did it do well?
Yeah, you did well.
Yeah,
They
people
just not a
praise it.
sequel, so
It's not the best. It's good. It's okay. No complaints there.
Yeah, so we'll probably get Battlefront 3. And it'll have all the same DLC released over the same time period. It's literally just Battlefront 2 but again.
So, but the main question is, alongside the Battlefield franchise, will they still release that kind of formula again? Like the two-sided multiplayer with DLC release, whatever.
Oh, definitely. It just works too well. And because Star Wars is like, its identity is in the whole pick the light side or the dark side. So, you're never going to have a Star Wars game, like a mass appeal Star Wars game without that dynamic to it. Because then you have all those annoying fucking gross people who have, I'm a dark side guy. I believe in this. I'm so, okay, shut up. So yeah. I'm sorry. Star Wars is one of those things where, like, I swear I like Star Wars, but I fucking hate Star Wars. This isn't on the news docket, but I just thought I'd bring it up. Daniel, have you checked out Maho Arms yet?
I have. It
What is
looks
that? Magic
really
arm?
interesting.
What?
Oh,
What
his
is it?
flashing is Japanese. Maho arms, magic arms.
Maho arms. My
Yeah,
whole arms.
It's a magical girl hack and slash dating sim.
Of course.
That combat looks good, man. It looks like it
Yeah.
wants to be Nier Automata, but with a DMC style rank. And you know what? That's two very good games to be inspired by. Also, if you're in Malaysia, please buy it because apparently the regional pricing is like fucked comparing UK to Malaysian pricing. They said it was like 45 ringgit, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's 45 ringgit in Malaysia. It's 20 pounds here, which is like 100.
Gila mahal.
Yep. And that's pretty much the news. What are we doing now? Guess we got a thumbnail. It'd be a sin if we have no snake ladies on that thumbnail.
Yes.
Of course.
And Meck, anything else
Oh
you
yeah,
want to put?
oh yeah. Like, instead of putting the name torque, just put Newton meter there or pound feet.
Come again?
Yeah, instead of the name torque,
Uh-huh.
put Newton meter or pound feet.
Oh my god, that's that's a deep pool, but sure. Newton meter.
Just put NM. Just for a joke.
I thought the joke would be changing talk to Kana. Toku.
Kan? Oh,
Hmm.
That's an idea. That's an idea.
Toku.
What else
Esports
will-
360 event.
Okay. Do we have?
Put duo.
Do we have? Oh yeah.
Duo the
Mhm.
put him there.
I was gonna say do we have a brooding photo of the Viking Assassin's Creed yet?
Of course we have.
Okay.
We always
Sad
have.
Viking dude next to Hang Tuah.
Oh my god, the Hang Tuah meme.
I'm nothing.
I want us to be the podcast with the most mentions of Hang. The next time we do a panel, can we just have that as part in the description? The number one podcast for mentioning Hang Tuah. I guess that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to add to the thumbnail?
That should be good to go. So, yeah. And lastly,
Social links. You can
Ooh.
follow me on Twitter at Wammerl, patreon.com/Wammerl. That article I said that would be up last episode, it's not up yet. Should be up this week though.
They cried.
Listen, man. University is fucking killing me right now. Got no time to do a lot of shit. Yeah, that's me, Daniel.
You can follow me at ILRT_flaky. I don't know what I'm doing because again, as well, university work is killing me.
Follow his racing career, his meteoric rise. Is Alex Young gonna be your All Might? Are you gonna eat a lock of Alex Young?
No, but okay, yeah. But race cars as well.
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Anan?
I'm everywhere, nowhere. Mac?
you can find me. Please don't cut me off. I need to plug some stuff. You can find me at Avirul Mekronos Ashraf Meckronos. There has been a review of XCOM Chimera Squad, and also I was on a panel for a Final Fantasy VII Remake spoiler cast. And you can, with Kaku Chopre, and you can find the link to doobly-doo, I guess. We'll put it there somewhere if you want to look. It's spoilerific. If you need a warning, it's there. And there's been a lot of Invented Podcast.
Cool. Enjoy your soon-to-be quarantine freedom, and happy puasa, guys. We in? We done? Do we pass the field goal? Yeah, it's good. Hey.